These speakers have amazing sound for a bookshelf speaker. They are actually a bit larger than what I would consider the average bookshelf speaker, but they still fit great on my speaker stands. I have these hooked up to my monoprice pure tube amp, 10W per channel, and they sound awesome, especially when I am playing vinyl. Maybe it's just my room's acoustics, but play Susan Wong's Close to You and see if you notice a cabinet resonance at 8 seconds in and again at 19 seconds. I deducted a star for that reason, but it's rare. If you're playing audio from Amazon's Fire Stick via an AV receiver, make sure the stick is set to always Dolby Digital Plus in its video/audio settings. The difference is remarkable even in 2.0. I got into car audio in '97, but never into hi-fi until this year. I've been producing music as hobby since '02, and I listened to my stuff in my cars and on my Sony MDR 7506 headphones. I decided to get my feet wet with the 2.0 B6.2 a couple months ago. I liked them for the price and value, but found them too bright for my taste. After reading about Andrew Jones and watching people interview him, I had a good feeling about the man and decided to give these B6.2 a buy, expecting a nice sound. Man, I wasn't expecting such musicality and visual or image. Out of the box, I played some of my favorite tracks and was instantly blown away. I had to hold back my tears on some occasions, because it was like listening to my music with new ears. I felt overwhelmed with joy. My music sounded so alive, and not like recordings. This was just from a Kenter K2028 Plus fed by a shit audio Modi multi-bit. The clear imaging and wide sound stage is like hearing live music. It's so good. I see two speakers, but each sound seems to sprout from invisible voids of different depths, totally unrelated to the speaker positions. So real, it's almost visual. All my tracks sound as I originally intended. Everything sounds so expressive. From the lowest bass to the uppermost range of hearing, every sound translates and has emotional impact. My studio monitors and headphones sound impressive to me, but the musicality is simply not there. With my good DACs and amps, my music sounds technically pristine through them, but the feeling I convey is just not translated. They're tools for producing the sounds and recordings, not for enjoying the total musical experience. The ELAC debut 2.0 B6.2. For $300, I paid $224.98 on Amazon last month, sound incredible in my experience. In some tracks I'm expecting something to sound off, thinking they'll miss a beat or not translate, but they pull through beautifully and relay all the emotion I imagined when crafting my tracks. I'm so happy with these speakers. They are very revealing, like studio monitors, but at the same time very forgiving. They don't bother my ears or make me cringe when I listen to badly mixed or over-compressed music I like. I can enjoy tracks that are so hard to endure on my monitor headphones. Beyer Dynamic DT880-990, Shure SRH1840, Audio-Technica ADHM70X. If you're on the fence about these ELAC debut 2.0 B6.2, give them a chance. I think they sound fantastic, do nothing wrong, and don't even need a subwoofer. Their bass is plenty big and encompassing in my living room while remaining tight and controlled. I have no sound treatment. It's just bare concrete walls, and they sound nice as long as I don't turn them up to deafening levels, which is unnecessary. 5 out of 5 for these. Thanks for reading. God bless you. I'm a frugal audio aficionado. I just love music and try to buy equipment I think make it sound beautiful without expending too much. So I've owned Polk, Onkyo, Iowa, Technics, Pioneer, Dayton, Denton and even Bose and Sony. Again, nothing too expensive but with some decent sound. I have a nice 7.2 home theater/music system in the living room that I've been putting together since the past year, replacing an Onkyo 7.1 home theater in a box that I enjoyed for quite a while. As a result, I have a spare Onkyo receiver and speakers that I decided to put to work in my kitchen, where we spent about 80% of the time, and it sounded nice for a while, but since I set that new system I felt the sound lacked of something. It didn't sounded bad, but compared to my living room it's soon. I promise I'll get to the ELACs later on, but the backup story, it's important, friends. Bear with me. The change wasn't dramatic, but the sound had more presence with the Sonys and the dynamics were better as well. But the Sonys have two main problems: the high tones are too bright, clean but too sharp, and the lower tones are too soft. My wife is a musician and I made her audition them right after I got them, and she likes them but complain about the high frequencies hurting her ears. I agreed and tweaked the equalization on my receiver so I softened the highs and balanced the sound, but even though after half an hour listening daily to them the highs sounded inadequately crisp and caused some fatigue. So I went to the internet to do some research to see if the problem was me being too judgmental or it was the Sony's fault. So two of my favorite audiophile reviewers, Thomas and Stereo and Steve Gutenberg, had the same problem, and Thomas suggested to eat ramen noodles for a couple of weeks and save to buy the ELACs. Click link in description for more reviews.